Hello and welcome to Zach103 TV, and today we are racing at Daytona Road Course, and this will conclude, after this race will conclude our series of road courses and the round of 8, and the week after this will be the final race of the season to decide the champion of the 2022 season for the Carsland Cup Series. And the cut line is very rigid right now. Very interesting to see how it all pans out. Starting polls, NH, the introvert, he won at Martinsville earlier this season. May try to end off the season with a second win. May try to go for Rookie of the Year, but right now leading Rookie of the Year is three drivers who are in the playoffs: Bird, Reggie Fogelman, and Ricky Freeman Jr. Reggie Fogelman, currently the only driver other than Carsland in the round of 8 with no wins this season. And everyone else doing fairly well. Reggie Fogelman, rookie without a win above the cut line, he's getting the highest start today of everyone else. And then Ricky Freeman Jr., 2 wins. He is doing really good. And then Evan in the 11, who won last week, Circuit of the Americas, is locked in to the championship finale. He will be racing for a championship. He has the most time to prepare. And he's got 3 other playoff drivers starting right next to him. I'm not sure about their positions exactly. But Rick Freeman Jr. in NASCAR Fireball 48. NASCAR Fireball 48 is currently 20 points below the cut line, so he definitely needs something to happen today. Whereas Rick Freeman Jr. 31 above the cut line. And then this really puts the guys that are above the cut line, or below the cut line coming in. You also got to worry about the guys coming above the cut line coming in as well, like that are not really doing that well. I mean, we already see Rick Freeman Jr., Reggie Fogelman, Evan H., but Bird starting kind of. He's not starting too far behind those guys, actually. He's getting a pretty decent start. So, and Roach, probably getting the worst start of the playoff guys, comes in minus 25, and he is starting way back there. And then I like how they organize these cars for the full pace lap. And then Carsland, who's also last in the round of 8, 29 points below the cut line, starting fairly in the middle of the field, not really getting a great start either. So, I can unfortunately say their season's probably done. Unless they can make something happen in these 7 laps. I did test, didn't really see a whole lot. So there might so. We'll see how it all happens. And Dripsy has been very consistent ever since the playoffs started, kind of a little bit day late, dollar short. Right behind NH starts second there, and Neil Post Jr. has been very consistent. Unfortunately, got an unlucky round in the round of 12 and got eliminated, but he did well, and that's interesting. I think other than that, most everyone in the top 10 is just trying to get a good end of their season, get something going. I'm not sure if in this mode that whenever start your engines, they actually do it, because I haven't done full pace laps since Homestead last year, and I decided to do it here that way, because I figured I had a lot to talk about, and I probably wouldn't be able to get through all the full 5 minutes. Plus, I actually I messed up the event for the ZSS Championship finale, and I'm having to read it after I record this race. So, also, peaking window nets for last week of Cup season.
Drivers, start your engines.
I just realized I was not in Evan's cockpit when I seen Evan's rear bumper there. I was in Rick Freeman Jr. I was one number short, but they started close to each other anyway, so that wasn't a total L. You can see where they're kind of starting compared to the rest of the field. Those 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of starters. Look interesting about NASCAR Fireball 48 and Bird. They're probably going to be the playoff battle right now. And EXO, I don't know. We'll see how he does. But Reggie Fogelman looks like he's starting okay. He just needs to finish this race where he's at in 6th, and he'll be in. I'm almost certain. He's 12 points above, looking good. He's been pretty much admitting his way being mid and then his way through the playoffs, and mid and consistently mid is how he's been doing this, and he's been really consistent. Hasn't gotten a win yet, but he's gotten second a few times, and almost won at Watkins Glen when that was, I think it was a playoff race. No, I think it was before the playoffs. He almost won that race, and then his teammate Kirker Tacos almost got in a wreck, and then Jeff Jordan wrecked him. But anyway, that's a whole bunch of stuff. Jeff Jordan's in this race, by the way. He only a part-time guy with a win this season. He won in Cup Series before he won in the ZSS. He's starting fairly far back. Right now, if I were him, I'd try not to affect the playoff guys too much. Again, Roach, worst starting of the playoff guys. So it's interesting. And then Bird, he's starting kind of up there. But he's got a little bit of defending to do because these guys, the playoff guys, are fairly evenly spaced out between all 8 of them. I think even the lowest starting rec. I mean, you can see all of them. I think, yeah, all of them when you're in bird shot. So it's interesting. So we'll see how it all pans out and everything, and how it all works out. And then NH leaves the green here. Yeah, I was talking about the window nets being pink. Breast cancer awareness for that. In last year, NASCAR Cup Series did last year as well, so I had to pitch in. That's a good cause. So yeah, all throughout October. I think next race will be in November, so we'll kind of get back to the U form, the regular. That way y'all are too. It isn't weird. There's pink window nets championship race, but yeah, so far it's gonna be interesting, and we'll side those 4 here. Evan H is locked in. And NH starts pole here. And Dripsy starting second is We Are Green Flag here at Daytona, the road course. As Dripsy did not get a great start there into 1. Ilpulse Jr. may try to sneak in here. No one has won more than 2 races this season. Both the 27 and the 54 trying to win their third. Oh, the 16 misses the corner big time. This will give the 27 the lead as the 4 is right there. Dripsy and Reggie Fogelman do have some history between those 2 guys. As Daniel Paulus Jr. just takes the lead here with Aaron Crusader right behind. Aaron Crusader winless this year despite being very consistent. NH missed that first corner, falling back to 3rd. This is 7 laps here. Daniel Paulus Jr. could get his 3rd win of the season. Most winningest guy, because I was kind of hoping that someone would like come out and get more wins than everyone else, and it wouldn't be just 2 wins and 1 win. It's kind of cool. Neil Fells Jr. trying to get win number 3 during the day if he can. So the field spreads out fairly evenly as Reggie Fogelman up to 5th, finished 10th at Roval. Like I say, he's been very consistent. This is even better start than where he was at, but it's also allowed the 9 and the 11 to get up into the top 10. 11 isn't really concerned. He's already locked in, just getting more to him, more consistency. Kudos to him for that. It's good to have consistency going into that championship race. It might help him out. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, everyone's going to have ratings. So it's anyone's good bet trying to guess who's going to start where, but yeah. That first chicane, everyone kind of bobbles up a little bit. Other than that, things are looking okay. Yeah, the 9 of NASCAR Fireball 48. He comes in minus 20, and being usually, you know, if it's the he's trying to get passed by Evan H there. Evan H, like I said, consistent. He's not just gonna let. Maybe he feels that 9 car's a threat, and he doesn't want him. He wants him not in the playoffs. He's gonna do everything he can to turn for being in it, and sure enough, he'll get around him. Also open the door for 48 NASCAR Fireball or NASCAR or Nottowee. 48 try to get something right here. I think all 3 Real Fan Motorsports cars inside the top 10. NH, Griffin, or NASCAR 48, and Bradley Raymond 10th. And then get in all 3 cars in the top 10 today. That'd be cool, especially since their season has been really great. But yeah, NASCAR 40, 540 falling back a little bit. Oh, the 54 missed the corner there. He is going to drop like a rock, and he's going to block the 9. He will. And that will open up the door for the 48 on the 9 car. So the 54 missed the corner. He has fallen back even more. I wouldn't be surprised if the 4 had something to do with him falling back, because the 4, he's playoff driver, being aggressive and all. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's go back real quick, make sure, see if it was him or not. Yeah, sure enough, Reggie Fogelman dove in the corner a little hard, got in the back of the 54. Come out the way. That's what you do if you're a playoff driver, trying to get a good run, and M&H kind of had to slow down a little bit there, hurt his run for sure. And he's in 8th. The NASCAR about 48 is falling back a little bit more than he'd like to, but he's falling back. And Reggie Fogelman up to 4th now. And the 9 car down to 10th now as the 15's falling back to the 3 of Austin Johns. And 15 dropping back quite considerably. He's currently last in the standings. He really used the top 10, but I think even the top 15 is good for them. Top 10 be better. Oh, almost missed the corner into that. Almost spun out there on, I think it was the 21 of Roach Crown Jr. and then battled Abigail Lane for 12th. 13th, I think. Then 2 wins this season. Mensa hasn't really been consistent at all. Trying to get something done. Rick Freeman Jr. is falling back a little bit, but I think he's, I wouldn't say comfortable, but I won't know 100% until I update points, like as I usually say, but fairly certain he's going to be all right. He just finished 15th. And then Bird, I'm a little concerned about. He's only close 14. Compare that to, right now, compare that to wherever NASCAR about 48 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm seeing a few cars in between. That could really be an interesting race between those two for that playoff spot. Lap 3 already. Again, like this is a big race. You know, 4 guys that are above the cut line after this race are in the championship 4. So, and the 4 below will not make the championship 4. And right now, I'm seeing 3 specifically that are below the cut line right now that aren't looking too great. I'm not seeing anyone above the cut line that's not doing too great except Bird, and even he's doing really decent. XO running 23rd, not running too great. I don't think he's going to be able to get in from that spot. Almost sure he's not going to be able to get in from that spot. 26 Garcellman 17th. Interesting as 15 just missed the corner there. Not sure if he'll get penalized for that. That would be a big disappointment for him. He's been really good all race long. 26. He's been able to do good when it counts, and right now it does count, but honestly, I think it's a day late, dollar short for him. Just hasn't had a good round this round. Ooh, those two getting slicey and dicey right there. But it's just not really great for him. And Roach has fallen back to 34th. He is not doing great right now. He needs something to happen, and it's not going to. I don't think it's going to either, but we can hope and dream. Almost certain that's going to happen. It would be a miracle for him to get in at this point. Dan Pauls Jr. continues to lead, trying to get his 3rd win of the season. 2 races left to go in the season, despite not making it to this round of the playoffs. He still had a pretty good season. 2 wins, consistent, arguably one of the best cars. I could even say it better than Sammy Box, who missed that missed the same round. And there's Sammy 26. Sammy's just not been as consistent. He's been fast, good at the beginning of the season. Kind of had a huge points gap on everyone else, and just it got lower almost every race after about halfway through the season. And he was able to keep it up in the season points championship. Other than that, when it came to the playoffs, he was just not able to execute the way I'm sure he would like. But unfortunately, I didn't make the next round. Did make the championship 4 last year, but he got 2 wins out of his career this season, so not bad this season yet. We'll see what he does next year. And he could try to pull one other win out of that next week. Anything to happen. Another guy who got eliminated last week by just a few hundred yards, 7 to Dissect. He missed the playoffs, got wrecked on the final lap, actually got into Evan at Las Vegas. Evan passed some cars, man, I tell you. That is just me. He's in 6th, despite winning last week. Also, someone who's been very consistent this round isn't even playoffs. Troy Painson won her first race a couple weeks ago at Roval, first race in the Arizona 300 Series. Very consistent, top 15 most of this round. Unfortunately, not today. And late in the morning, he's running his one-off car today. Run last. Unfortunate that I run into Dale Earnhardt tribute there for this race. Not running too great, but hey, he's running. I think that's what matters to him right now. We haven't had any wrecks. We have had a couple guys miss corners, as I think someone else did up here. Not sure who. I think I've seen a blue car slow off that corner or something. But so people have been missing corners and whatnot. That's the worst I've seen. NH has recovered to second. Not sure. I think there was someone in between there somewhere. Oh, I think the 16 was able to get around the one Iron Crusader. That slap goes to Evan right now. It really do much for him. But consistency is big. Getting in the next round, Evan's got it right now. And, taking a run with it for sure. Dripsy's falling back 7th. Still consistent. And other than that, everyone just needs to kind of figure out what they're going to do to finish this race. And Bird's still concerned if he's going to make the next round or not. He's 19th, and then 9's and 9th. So there's 10 points between them. And there's 10 points between them right now. I think there's a lot more than that. There's a lot more than that. There's a lot of gaps there. Other than that, so right now, despite NASCAR Ball 48 being 9th, it is not looking good for him. Actually, coming white flag this time by. Exo, I mean, he could pull something out of that. He's gained 1 spot, but other than that, he's just not been put together the greatest race. Racing he's put together. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a race round. Still a rookie season though for Exo. Didn't do so well in the ZSS. Came into the Cup, did well, won a race. Been somewhat consistent. Keep it in the way. Other than that, he's just been really trying and trial and error, and it's gotten this far. And I mean, at this point, actually, probably I would not ever since they comfortably say, but most everyone's just been better than everyone else. But we could have probably seen some drivers do a little bit better through this round, especially the Roval, because there's a lot more stuff being done there. But a lot of the advantages probably weren't taken. That so those drivers are gonna see that and not make the same mistake next year. And right now, I think as it looks, fairly certain that the people that are above the cut line coming into this race are going to stay above the cut line, which means 3 rookies, 1 veteran. As we were coming into the final lap for this race, 1 veteran is the one that's locked in, and that's Evan. He might be able to carry that consistency to win the championship a week from today. And then Sunday is the CSS championship. Be sure to watch that. It's between Melinda Jones, quadruped, 124 fan, and Crocs Wireless, aka Dripsy. Dripsy's running 7th right now. His car right now. And it looks like Jeff Jordan missed a corner back there. I briefly seen at the corner of my eye that he was very slow on the racetrack. You can see a good look at the top 10. Fastest lap now goes to 24 of Dark X Rain. He missed the first round of the playoffs. Was not consistent through the season at all. And it takes consistency through these playoffs despite how many wins you have. And just a bus stop and a chicane to go. Neil Pauls Jr. could get win number 3 this season, being the winningest driver of this season. That does come with an award in CCS Awards. I'm not doing a vote this year. I'm doing an actual thing because if you're just voting for awards, it's not really meaning anything. I'll put a fan vote though, mainly because we have an all-star race coming this winter. So I haven't decided what track or anything yet, but there's going to be an all-star race, and there will be a fan vote. Daniel Pauls Jr. coming through the chicane for the final time. NH looking for a 2nd place finish. British Fogelman looking to get 4th, and I think our playoffs are set with the guys that came in above the cut line. As Daniel Pauls Jr. is going to finish in position number 1. And that number 27 Energizer Chevrolet. And one last win for McFadden Racing before the season's a close. And so it looks like someone did spin out there on the last lap. If so, they probably didn't fall back too hard. I'm not seeing anybody of significance. Probably watch out for playoff drivers like. Let's see who finished. Did the 9 finish that top 10? He did. I don't think he's going to make it to the next round though. And then 18 was another guy I was really concerned. I was a little bit concerned about. He doesn't have a lot of meat to his points right now, but 19th I think would be good enough. And Carsland did exceptionally well this race, but don't think it's enough. But I'm fairly certain. I think the guys who came in this race above the cut line will come out to be your championship. Officially announced that Friday, and then next Wednesday at Homestead, Miami, the champion will be crowned.